Question of the day. What does it mean to be feminine? This question always seems to frontline every single decade with a new answer. Is femininity becoming the perfect that girl? Is it having the most graceful and seamless night routine? Is it wearing shorts underneath your dress or listening to Thank You Next on repeat? Since the beginning of time, women have constantly been under scrutiny, labeled, and stereotyped for their way of living. We were told what to do, what to say, and what to like. And if we don't heed to these unrealistic expectations, we're called masculine, disgusting, and not a real woman. It's time to talk about one of the most controversial things that we as women all have to go through, which is the discussion of femininity.
Feminism taught you one that you a queen, you God's gift to this earth, you the prize. No, the fuck you ain't. No, you ain't.
We can turn back time to the good old days.
Darling, oh, no husband wants to come home and see that.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back for another video. So my sister decided to go to prom this year, and she chose to wear sneakers with her dress. Needless to say, my dad was pissed because ladies don't wear sneakers with their dresses, right? But wait, there's more. After a long debate, my dad finally let my sister wear the sneakers to prom with her dress, but on one condition. She had to wear pantyhose under her dress. The reason? Because pantyhose are feminine and should always be worn under your dresses. Needless to say, you know my videos and you know what I talk about, and I completely lost it. And by lost it, I mean I sat down and started writing the script for this video. The first thing I had to do was look up the definition of what even femininity is, which Google defines as having qualities or an appearance that is traditionally associated with women or girls. And this explains so much of why femininity itself is so misinterpreted. If the definition is having qualities or an appearance that are feminine based off of tradition, then we're already screwed. Because based on tradition and society, women and girls are always supposed to be girly and paint their nails and be a housewife and always wear stilettos when going out. And that also brings me back to the point of why my father associated pantyhose with being feminine. Pantyhose were invented because it was thought to not be modest if a woman showed their bare legs in public. Even when silk was limited and women couldn't wear it during World War II, they literally drew lines down their legs to create the effect that they were wearing them because they were so concerned about living up to society's standards. For decades, women have to constantly go out of their way in order to not be judged by others, because if they do something that doesn't fit in the guidelines, their careers and notoriety could be ripped out from under them just like that. The truth of the matter is that femininity is whatever, society deems it as. For instance, so many people think that pink is a girl color, and if a guy has like a pink shirt on, then he's gay. I actually didn't think that this concept existed until multiple people have told me that if a guy wears a pink shirt, then that means he's, gay and he is feminine and things like that. Like, what world do we live in? Leave it up to society to assign a color to a gender based on how pigmented it is. Everyone thinks that pink was for girls when in reality, back in the day, pink was actually considered a masculine color. Blue was considered dainty and sweet, and red was considered a dominant, strong color, and since pink was a lighter shade of red, it was known to be for men. This is just proving the fact that we live in a world where, society can just make up any rule about anything, and if you don't follow that standard, you're labeled as gay, a witch, or just a horrible person. Or even when it comes to wearing makeup, the Europeans used to wear a ton of makeup which symbolized wealth and status because it showed that they had the time and money to go out of their way to wear makeup. Or the Egyptians. A lot of Egyptians used to wear eyeliner as symbols that symbolize their power and prosperity, men and women. But now we live in a world where only girls can wear makeup, and if a guy wears makeup, then he likes other guys. It's crazy because if I say the line of like not all girls have to like pink, then I'm labeled as this feminist that's trying to make some type of statement, and I'm trying to demasculize men. I mean, it's just crazy. If I don't have a white picket fence and I'm not a housewife with 2 kids, that doesn't mean I'm not feminine. Why does femininity and masculinity always have to fit inside inside this box. I personally think that being feminine is a beautiful thing, and I really do strive to be feminine because I do label myself as a woman, but I don't think there's like a real set definition of what femininity is per se. Like, for example, femininity to me means being elegant and poised, having a lot of maturity, having an open mind and an open heart. Now, is that the definition for everyone? Of course not. But who am I to try to force my definition of what femininity is to other people? Last time I checked, we're all human beings and we all have the right to our own opinions and values, and no one can tell us differently. I think a big part of why femininity is being defined the way it is because, of course, the media. At this point, just assume that the world is what it is because of the media. When we see these movies that are targeted at young girls, the overall aesthetics and theme of a lot of these films portray and dress these girls in what would be traditionally considered to be feminine. Pink, prissy clothing, nails and hair done to the nines, always gets the boy at the end of the movie. Look at franchises like Barbie and Bratz. All of them look the same. A face full of makeup, the same clothing, and guess what their favorite color is? You guessed it, pink. Why is society so obsessed with trying to get girls to like pink?
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but pink is actually my favorite color. But sometimes I wish that it wasn't, so I could prove the fact that just because you're a female doesn't mean that you have to love pink. And it's sad that I can't be my most authentic self and like what I like because I'm too busy trying to prove the point of trying to convince other people that just because you are a woman or a female or whoever, that you have to like certain things that are associated with girls. It's hard to redefine femininity when you're constantly injected with this notion of what femininity should be and what it should look like. And if you think about it, in a lot of these movies, the only girl that isn't wearing pink and acting like they're not like the other girls is a lesbian, or like, why can't a girl wear a suit and tie to her wedding day or to a party? Why do women always have to dress up and wear makeup when they go out? Am I saying that there's something wrong with girls wearing makeup and wearing prom dresses and wedding dresses? Of course not. But why are these things always just tied to a woman? Why can't we dress how we want to dress? Why are people assigning a gender to a piece of fabric? Dude, come on, this is 2023 and we're still acting like this? I mean, it's just ridiculous. There's also a big issue that it's like women are only allowed to be feminine and men are only allowed to be masculine. The best example I can give to answering that problem is that if you are biologically born as a woman, you have something called estrogen, and basically estrogen is what makes up a woman, and it helps contribute to the biological attributes of a woman, such as regulating your menstrual cycle, keeping your heart and blood vessels in check, you know, things of that nature. But guess what? Men have estrogen too. Men actually need estrogen to help control their sex drive and the production of, you know, sperm. They might not have as much estrogen as a woman, but they still have it and need it. And men have what's called testosterone, but women also have small amounts of testosterone too. My point is that it doesn't make a man any less of a man if he has estrogen because he needs that, and vice versa. So a man could have, you know, feminine qualities and still be masculine. A woman could have masculine qualities and still be extremely feminine. And honestly, it creates a nice balance between the two. It's totally normal and healthy. Human beings can't just be one thing, you know? That's not how the body and the mind works. And as soon as we realize that, we won't always have to walk on eggshells and be afraid to offend somebody and have this constant societal battle. So what does it mean to be feminine? The answer? That depends on you and how you choose to live your life. I just really hope we can step out of this judgmental box and start accepting people for who they are and how they choose to be. We might not agree with what everyone does, but at least we can respect their decisions just like how they respect our decisions. Hopefully I didn't sound like a classic like new generation Gen Z that was trying to like be this extreme progressive person. I just think that femininity and masculinity is really important, and it's a beautiful thing if we accept it and respect it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any comments about this topic, please leave them down below. I love reading the comments, so yeah, there's that. And I will be back for my next video next week. So yeah, bye guys.